Hi everyone, welcome to Module 2. In Module 2, we're going to be looking at reading Chapter 2, focusing on the discussion board, as that's your required assignment for this week. Just to review the discussion board, you need to have your first post by Thursday. So when you have that first post by Thursday, that should be your initial post, you need 2 peer responses. And you need to make sure in your peer responses they're at least 1 paragraph in length. And then with your initial post, you need to make sure to have at least an APA formatted in-text citation and reference to support your work. Now for Chapter 2, let me open up the PowerPoint slide for you. I'm going to go over some key concepts that we're going to see for Chapter 2. So for Chapter 2, we're going to be looking at types of institutions, how institutions reduce uncertainty, and you're looking at a lot of the laws and ethics for this week as well. Institutions, they're looking at global business perspectives. They're leading perspectives in which firm success is directly correlated to how they monitor, decode, and adapt to the changing rules of the game. There's 2 types of institutions. You have a formal institution and you have an informal institution. A formal institution is focused on laws, regulations, and rules, where an informal institution is focused on the norms, the cultures, and the ethics. Now, when we look at the views of global business, when you look at the view of global business, you notice you have institutions, firms, and their behaviors. Institutions and firms, that's a dynamic term that they interact with each other. But they're always looking at some type of behavior, how they interact with each other, how they make decisions, because that's critical. The way they make decisions will influence a lot of the components. You have 2 different propositions. You have managers and firms that rationally pursue their interests and make choices within the formal and informal constraints, while you have formal and informal institutions that combine and govern their firm behavior. In situations where formal constraints are unclear, you'll notice that they play a larger role because there's going to be a bigger emphasis on uncertainty that we have to manage. And uncertainty is very important to look at. Now for this week in your discussion question, we're going to be looking at more of an ethical-based question. And ethical-based questions are going to be focused on child labor laws that I put in there. And we're going to look at the types of business structures and how they have to make decisions. So that's going to be a very important point to look at for this week. So remember Chapter 2 for this week and the discussion board. And that's the requirements. And the week ends by Saturday. So I look forward to your effort.